Hi guys, Coffee Freelancer here, and today I'm bringing you the first installment of something I'm going to call Small Town Thrifts. And as you know, I am a reseller, so I frequently go to these places and find items for a low amount and flip them for a slightly higher amount, as I'm sure you're familiar with. However, I wanted to try this because I always see these really cool small thrift stores that are just like kind of hidden gems. And so I want to do a series like showing you, how a little bit on how much I make at these places, but just kind of how cool they are. And it'll just be a quick thing in addition to my other videos. So stick around and enjoy, and also stay tuned for later. I have other videos coming up. Methodist thrift shop here in Kansas. Just doing some small town thrifting today. Yeah, so today's coffee of choice is Seattle's Best, very vanilla. And typically we don't really care for Seattle's Best, but we decided to try some of their different flavors and see if we liked it a little better than the dark blend of Seattle's Best. And we did end up liking it just slightly better. It's still not our favorite coffee ever.
Donated by some unknown bird. It's 100% wool, Spencer. Rosebud brand. Yeah, it's too expensive. I wouldn't buy it in here for $5. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
So I spent about $13 in there. And that included a like soft light LED lamp that I'm going to use for listing and things like that, and then also a food processor. My wife and I's food processor, recently went out, so we needed one of those. So we're gonna hope that it works, and so that was about $6. But the actual items that I'm gonna flip, I only spent about $3 or so on. And now I head over to the public library when I come here. Sometimes I go to this antique store, but I'm not going to go there today. But they usually have a $5 book sale, like you could fill a bag at the library for $5, and I can usually find some good flips and sometimes personal use books in there. So see you in a minute. And they are closed for construction, so never mind, I'll do that next time. So since I couldn't go to the library, I'm going to try in here again today. So the other place that I like to go when I go to these small town thrift stores that I'm featuring today is the Encore shop here in Manhattan, Kansas. It's nicely right by the public library, which I also usually flip some books in their used book section, but I'm not going to do that today since I'm featuring these stores. So let's go see what we can find today.
Warm, three coat and warm,
Right.
coats inside. One big orange big pools outside. Two stay outside because outside has a big pool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everyone, but just have it well.
Mm-hmm.
Go to sauna, you pay for that already.
That is
Get up there, yeah. The professors, wealthy, get all police. Oh, that's kind of summer house there. So, we want to know. Sauna, because the sauna is different to the world.
Right, from the you're basically on top of the because if you do like on I-70, like a turnpike, they probably have those station charging stations there. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely found some vintage games here before and puzzles that sold for well. See a couple puzzles, but I'm not gonna pick them up today because I already have enough of a load, but I'm gonna come back. So the other cool thing about the Encore shop is it's like this old style brick or stone, should I say, design house here, and it's like used to be the parish for the Episcopal Church here, but it's just really cool because it's basically just a big house, and that's where they put all their items to thrift. So I would have to look up, you know, the specific style of this. because I'm not an expert on that, but that is just really cool, and it's cool inside as well, the windows and everything. All right, guys, so I am just going to show you some of the collective things that I got both at the United Methodist little thrift store there in Wamego, Kansas, and also at the Encore shop in Manhattan, Kansas. And not going to show them in any particular order here, but at the Encore shop I found this John Rutter's Gloria vocal score, which there is definitely people out there that want this. And and again, I deal with a lot, like all things music here, as I'm a guitar player myself, very musical, but also it's just one of my niches that I resell. And then also these Scriva Skills for the Gifted Pianist by Walter and Carol Nuna. I got book 1 and 2 on that, also at the Encore shop. Got this little copy of Stephen King, The Regulators. He was writing as Richard Bachman, which of course, you know, like his alter ego, but pretty sure that anybody that reads King, and of course I read some King as well, knows about his alter ego now. And of course this won't go for a whole lot, but I already believe have a copy of this, but someone will want it because it's a King. And then at the United Methodist thrift store I found these VHS tapes, these 2 Star Trek, so you know, obviously from the 80s, and I'll just lot these 2 up, sell them together. Pretty sure these go for, you know, $4 or $5 a piece, but I got both for $0.25, so not bad. Found a copy of RoboCop. That's just kind of cool. If any of you are from the VHS era, but there was nothing with that, so I'm just going to sell that individually. So then again, here at the Encore shop, I found another copy of Gone with the Wind, and I just recently sold a different copy of this that had no dust jacket. So obviously, you know, it's not a book that I'm a huge fan of necessarily, but it's a classic, and definitely a market for it. So then these 3 John Sanford books, which he is a guy, even like Stephen King has said, that you need to read. He's like the best summer reader out there, I think is what King alluded to, something like that. But I found 3 of these Field of in his series, the Prey series. So I'm just gonna lot these 3 up and sell them all together, and I might have another comp to throw up here for you. And then here I found this DVD set that is Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry, and there is still a market for this as a set. Obviously the Blu-ray sells for a little bit more, but there's also people still looking for this. So keep on drinking that iced coffee and keep on freelancing. See you later.